Welcome back to another Tera Plays Tera video. Alright, in today's video I want to go over Tera Menma's patch notes 1.7.1 along with the second revision of these patch notes. And the first thing that we'll be covering today is some overall dungeon changes. The first change is to the Plexus Hard. The developers have reworked Nightmare Chandra Manai's AI, which should help improve the overall flow of the fight. They also reduced her HP. Originally it was 71 billion, it's now been dropped to 55 billion. They've changed the wipe timer down to 7 minutes, and they've moved the kill fast achievement to 5 minutes. Dungeons that have been removed are Mangelmire. Now, let's go over some tiny bit of class changes. Usually I won't go over all the class changes. If you want to read them more directly, you can, but for this section, the biggest thing I want to talk about is that now the crit power passive from mounts will only trigger within 55 seconds after these specific skills are casted. Archer's Windsong, Berserker's Bloodlust and Unleash, Brawler's Rhythmic Blows, Gunner's Modular Weapon System, Lancer's Adrenaline Rush, Mystic's Thrall Wrath, Ninja's Inner Harmony and Fire Avalanche, Priest's Edict of Judgment, Reaper's Shadow Reaping, Slayer's In Cold Blood, Sorcerer's Mana Boost, Valkyrie's Godfall or Ragnarok, and Warrior's Deadly Gamble. So basically, when you cast any of those skills, within 55 seconds, the crit power passive should activate. The next thing I want to cover is some PvP changes, and this is that PvP content Retaliate can now be removed when healers use their Plague of Exhaustion or Regression. There are some changes to PvP Battlegrounds, and that is for Champion Skyring. They've drastically improved the rating system, and these following skills have been disabled, that being Archer's Guster, Berserk's Unleash, Brawler's Rhythmic Blows, Gunner's Obliterate, Lancer's Divine Protection, Ninja's Inner Harmony, Reaper's Binding Scythes, Slayer's Unleash, Sork's Implosion, Valkyrie's Godfall, and Warrior's Blade Frenzy. For Crosshair Stronghold, the 15 vs 15, they've increased the HP of the bomb to 75,000, it was originally 50,000. You can no longer use defense or movement skills at spawn, and the Arkstone's HP should now display correctly in the UI. For Shorehold, 10 vs 10, you can no longer use defensive or movement skills at spawn. Some general content and event changes is that Guild Quest, when you complete the Victory in Battlegrounds, you now will receive more Guild XP than before, but when you complete Kill Boss Monsters, you will receive less Guild XP than before. As for the events, for ice fishing, all the NPCs have been removed. Some overall miscellaneous and bug fixes in this patch is that you can now enable the French language once again. To do so, you change your language option in the launcher, and if you see any blank strings, please let the developers know over the Discord and they will fix it as soon as possible. The following healer buffs have had their tooltips updated, being both Mystic's Thrall of Vengeance and Thrall of Wrath, Priest's Edict of Judgment. The following items can now stack up to 9,999 in our inventories, that being Veteran's HP and MP Potions, and Veteran's Painkillers. Mythic and Priest Stones and Training Grounds have also been updated to provide buffs equal with their current balancing status. Some overall bug fixes is that the devs have fixed an issue with the teleport jaunt skills on Sorks and Mystics not allowing them to teleport through enemies in PvP. They fixed Corruption Ring's duration being longer than expected while not having an animation lock when the skill ended. The Thrall of Life duration not applying has also been fixed, and this is a PvP change, as well as you can now search Tayaka on the Trade Broker. Alright, let's get into the revision 2 notes, and let's start off with some class changes. First off, all classes, the crit power passive has been slightly changed to have a better syncing with the skills and the cooldowns. Brawlers, your Growing Fury of Regular no longer would reduce your endurance by 90, but increases the damage taken by 50%. Reapers, they have reduced the attack modifier of your scythes. It originally was 52,000 and is now 48,000. The damage from Sundering Strike has been reverted back to the previous patch. In Warriors, they corrected an issue where parties were dealing less damage with war tanks. Let's get into some PvP changes. Champion Skyring, the cooldown originally was 5 minutes for the instance, it has now been dropped to 2 minutes. For Corsair Stronghold, they've reduced the damage of the pilotable siege cannon. It was originally 50,000, it is now dropped to 35,000. The instance cooldown was 10 minutes, it is now 5 minutes. Now let's get into some general content, miscellaneous, and bug fixes. First off, for achievements, all the achievements related to Menma are now considered legacy achievements. There are some miscellaneous changes with chat. The guild advertisement channel has been repurposed to PvP chat with a lighter shade of green. You can access the new channel with /Q or /PvP shortcuts. The /advert and /promo shortcuts have been removed. And some bug fixes is that the Annihilation Mask with random options will no longer show item XP. They've corrected an issue where some pet boxes were tradable. They fixed an issue with certain pets still having hitboxes after 1.7.1. They've improved some tooltips with the French language. They've corrected tooltips that were just incorrect. And the cash shop will no longer give an untradable Thrall Lord. That's all the patch notes for Menmas. I hope you enjoyed. If you have, go ahead and hit like on this video. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. And if you got any questions, go ahead and ask in the comments section. That's about it. Hope to see you all in Aboria, gamers.